Hello and welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. Today's nightmare is episode 3 of our Colton County, West Virginia 1925 arc. This episode is entitled New York Sour, in which you're not taking those country roads home. You're going to the Big Apple.
Going to city, boys.
The big New York City. So,
I'm waiting for myself on top of the list.
I'm just waiting for this thing to start playing. I know it's going to happen.
There we go.
Let's go ahead and meet.
I can never get the media. I'm like, turn down media.
Oh, just
Turn down for what?
I like that you said that like an old man.
Let's meet some of our cast who will be joining us on this New York adventure. So we'll start. I want to know your name, who you are, who you're playing, what their vibe is, and what they're feeling as the action in Colton County heats up and you are sent on this mission to New York. Starting with Marvin.
Hey. So as you heard, I'm Marvin, and I'm going to be playing the scholar Montolio E. Gantre, sort of a occult detective / mercenary, who has a couple of tenets in his life. 1, don't gamble with the literal devil. 2, the souls of royalty are worth just as much as the rest of us. 3, spiders are as afraid of you as you are of them.
That's simply not true.
Only if you're a werebear.
4, don't be afraid to reinvent yourself if you need to every couple of years. And 5, if you have a chance at literal immortality, take it.
Whoa, and I think he's certainly trying to.
Welcome to Night Vale.
Yeah. in this little outing. Next up, we have Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. In my tribute to Stranger Things Season 3, I enjoy Coca-Cola. I enjoy drinking Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is great. Hooray, Coca-Cola.
Wait, are we being like?
We're not. We're not.
What? We're not. Okay, we just give it some.
That was
We
sponsored by
like
Pepsi.
retroactively get sponsored for
This
that.
ad was sponsored by Pepsi Cola.
Is that how it works?
Crud. Let's watch Back to the Future and talk about it. At any rate,
You lose your mind?
I'm playing the
Playing Vermin Row.
I'm playing the Vermin Rose. She's a zombie. She is created in New Orleans, but she doesn't have a New Orleans accent because that's not where she's actually from. It's just where she's made into a zombie. We're going to New York. Hooray! I'm going to the Cotton Club.
And look, this is back in the time when Coca-Cola was really good because it had cocaine in it.
Yeah, sure.
Come on, Coca-Cola, bring that back.
No, don't bring that back.
Literally.
No.
I'm
That's
so
how you get addicted to Coca-Cola.
I'm so sad that I ran out of delicious Coca-Cola.
Now, following that, we have Dallas.
Give me more!
Hey, I'm Dallas. I'm playing a wizard named Mr. Sue. He's an old railroad worker, miner, slight chemist. Not the best, but he eventually gets the help of his crew to find what he needs. He had a heck of an accident and gained some powers, lost a lot of sanity, but believes in doing some good and drinking along the way. And he believes he's doing the right thing. So
Always good. And he's definitely the helpful tech gadget master of the crew, I think. Especially because he made some, those claws we were talking about are now complete.
that was his last task.
Oh, do I have my claws?
Yes, I believe.
Yes.
I believe you do.
Schnick, schnick.
Yeah.
The rats inside push them out.
They
Whoa.
do.
Go, boys!
Just sitting there holding it close, holding it out.
It's actually kind of unpleasant to see from the outside.
Oh yeah. It's the bulbous wrists.
Well, following our madman
Very
wizard,
slow.
we have our
Did you just say
Our-
that very slow?
our special agent.
It's like you hear like a doom, doom, doom coming from
man.
her stomach.
With a whole
Oh
rhythm.
yeah, that's just the rat that I swallowed with the little timpani. It's keeping the other ones.
The Taskmaster.
Keeping the other ones on task, you know.
Patrick, who are you playing?
Oh, I am playing the Hunter Roman Berryessa, a FBI agent who is currently undercover as Valentine DeLuca. Other than that, he's trying to figure out what he's doing, taking pictures, and just all around gathering as much intelligence as he can while he's here.
And then finally, joining us again, very lucky to have him, it is Nick.
Yep, I'm Nick, and I am playing the Spectre Thomas Stratton. I don't know why I went into that accent.
Yeah,
but I did.
wrong accent.
Wrong accent.
Wrong game.
It could be the right accent.
No.
It's just such an exciting accent to you.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, no. Thomas was a coal miner before he was killed.
Murdered.
Yes, by who's now Mr. Pewter? Soon to be someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Something
feel
like
like
that.
we just ran him over with a car.
Yeah,
we did.
That might come into play in
I
this very episode.
had an autopsy on him.
And then we turned the car into a werewolf car.
Yeah, we did. I have my wearing ash listed as part of my gear.
Awesome.
So
That's what we're driving to New York in.
So how was the ghost of Thomas Stratton, to quote our folk
Ghost
song?
of Thomas
How's he
Stratton.
doing?
He's still confused as to why he's still here.
Same.
And now he's going to New York, which he had never really had any thoughts of doing before this. So yeah.
Right. So let's do a real quick recap. The reason you're all going to New York is because the traitor in the Moonshine Gang ended up being Tad Howler, the younger son of Ma Howler, the runt of the litter. And this poor boy was eager for some bigger things in life, so he headed off. So he's going to New York, apparently to meet with Clancy Claggett, who is one of the operators of the coal mines. Also, those magical, powerful gem mines that dot Appalachia. And that is why you guys are there, to bring back Tad Howler alive to the loving, welcoming arms of his mama, as well as seeing what exactly Delvers Incorporated is up to in New York, and maybe get a line on where these golems that work for the Hammersmith Detective Agency are coming from, and see if you can put a stop to them and take some of the metal muscle away from Delvers Incorporated. So we'll get into that in just a second. We're going to start the game with some separate small group scenes, and then we'll move into.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's not really gasp worthy.
Sorry, I'm so overtired.
Sorry, I understand. And then we'll move into the bigger narrative. But let's take care of those opening session moves. So let's start with the Ghost of Thomas Stratton. So what? Yeah, what would you like to? Which faction would you like to
So many
investigate?
factions to choose from.
I know, and I did kind of like double up. I divided like mortality into two
Yeah.
to make it even worse. So sorry about that.
Technically, there are 3, including the FBI.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then like the part of the lost the words. Like Eustace Field is in the power faction, right?
Yes, Delvers Incorporated is power.
Yeah. There's the
Mortality is the one that's 2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Bureau of Unexplained Phenomenon and the Miners Union.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's check in on the Union, see how they're doing.
Okay.
Sort of
So roll with mortality.
oh damn,
12.
Nice.
hold it.
All right. So you learned that currently between Delvers Incorporated and the Union, there is like a state of war. It's pretty much devolved into like an outright shooting battle.
Ooh.
We're sort of in like kind of a lull, but after that gunfight in the middle of Colton City, and the miners have relocated to the forest there. But it seems like it could pick up again at any moment. So having an edge, taking out the main muscle and the Hammersmith detectives could really stop those gun thugs from doing the damage they want to. And
But still never get that Browning bar. So close every time. So close.
The 50 caliber. That's
yeah, so
Keeps
how
on getting destroyed.
That's a rifle.
Special Agent Berryessa, what are you thinking for your opening move?
I'm thinking we go with Wild. Not that I'm in good standing with them. I can almost see what their stake in the conflict is like. How do they prosper from this fight between the Hammersmith and the Delvers and the Union?
Right.
Well, first for acquiring all the underpants.
And Wild is, of course, the Hollow Hill hauler.
Yes. Nope, that's bad. That's a 4.
Oh.
Stick it up your butt.
Ooh, okay. I will say
Get
you
out
are
of here.
unsure of what. You are very much unsure of the supposed neutrality of Hollow Hill. You do not know which way they will jump when Delvers Incorporated tries to get the miners they are currently sheltering. You'll have to see. How about Mr. Sue?
So,
Could have just asked me.
Sue, Mahauer knows about Tad being involved in the race. Is that
Yes,
correct? Right. All right.
That's why she
So
sent you
right.
to bring it
And
back.
do we
yeah.
have an exact location, or we just know we're getting into New York?
You know you're going to New York. You're going to get some information perhaps when you get there.
Okay.
But I mean, you could roll to see what you can learn as well.
Can I check in with Doc Moth? Because he's got some oracular powers that he might be able to foresee a better way we can meet up or find Tad. or
Yeah,
something like
definitely.
that.
Okay. So
Alright.
yeah, so roll
Check out my
roll
buddy
Knight.
Doc. Alright.
Yeah. Stock Moth is a member of the Moonshine Gang. Okay.
Just me then.
Would you like to owe Doc Moth and then he'll owe you?
Totally, because we already own one, so I'll gladly own
Yeah,
two.
so you believe this relationship. Okay. And then he'll owe you.
He's my go-to, keeping my demons at bay.
Yeah. So he explains that he's able to extend his senses, and he learns that there's something, the business dealings that Tad Howler are involved with, something to do with Coney Island. There's some sort of source of arcane power there that is connected to Tad Howler.
Of course.
Coney Island. Okay.
Yeah, and to the Hammersmith Detective Agency.
Okay. So you're telling me if I leave the mountain, I'm not gonna lose my powers? I'm not gonna go crazy, Doc?
The craziness will stick with you, but the powers too. How about the Vermin Rose?
I'm going to investigate power because that's what Mr. E.C. Field belongs to.
Correct.
Um,
Delvers Incorporated.
Delvers Incorporated. I don't know if that also ties in with the golems because the golems would be wild technically, but you know, they are the ones having them made.
That's true.
So, would that count?
Roll power. Yeah, I would say.
Well, it doesn't matter. So that's a 6.
Okay.
On the other hand, I leveled up. I guess somebody caught me snooping around Williamsburg.
Same.
Well, let's see what happens there. But so yeah, you'll be.
I don't know why I'm just jumping to Williamsburg. It's just if there's a borough where they're making golems in the 1920s, it's Williamsburg.
Hipsters.
They were making golems before it was cool. How about Egontre?
I've got 2 in blood now.
Nice.
As I
fine.
noticed,
She's
Clancy
protected.
Claggett does owe me 2
Don't
debts.
have that.
Ooh,
So maybe I can make this a little easier on us. We have to find Clancy, right?
that's correct.
Kill him.
To kill him.
Well, I'm gonna kill
Well,
him.
he's a
murder him.
good business partner. I mean,
Is he? Is he?
to be
I can't die
honest,
until he's dead, so.
so that's a no factor then. Well, if you gotta kill him, you gotta kill him. But let me make use of him until.
Kill,
Theoretically,
Kill
unless-
Batboy? Sounds like fun.
Unless somebody else is responsible for his irresponsibility, in which case I've got to figure out who that is and kill them. I mean, it's just a whole mess.
But let's try and figure out where he is first, which I'm going to do so now.
Okay, so you're rolling with what faction?
Power.
Power. Okay, that makes sense.
That is a 12.
Whoa.
And I level up.
Woo, nice.
Somebody did well with power.
Yeah. Okay.
Just gonna increase spirit by 1.
You discover that Clancy Claggett is often found amongst the movers and shakers of New York, who range from legitimate businessmen to some shadowy underworld figures, all of which congregate at the 300 Club.
300 Club.
Yes, a popular Manhattan speakeasy. So that is where it can be found. Before that, all of you roll into New York in that wonderful werewolf Nash, and you get some separate invitations. We'll start with Egontre and Special Agent Berryessa. You are invited to the New York offices of the Bureau of Investigation for a word with the director.
Here we go again.
Why are they calling me?
I know, they're very adamant that you are to, Special Agent Berryessa, you are to bring Mr. Egontre with you to this audience with the director.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you're coming with me whether you like it or not.
I activate cowardly.
Oh,
I
man.
shoot you the gun.
Just drag him in.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Let me go. Let me go.
I will handcuff us
Meanwhile-
together if you do not come with me willingly. Because then we're stuck together and I'll throw away the damn key in the sewer.
Oh, no, it'd be Jersey all over again.
Meanwhile,
It would be, wouldn't it?
the Vermin
just gonna come
Rose,
with
Mr. Sue, and I guess the ghost
Wait,
of
you don't like
Thomas
Jersey?
Stratton. I mean, you receive this
Neither did I.
psychically. You get an invitation to a salon in Harlem
Haunting Mr. Seuss.
from a certain
Be going
Iseult
in.
LaFay, asking for one of Patrick's former characters, asking for your attendance in a meeting.
In a salon.
Yes. So
Which salon is it? Or is it just a salon?
it's just like it's her apartment. Because I mean,
Okay.
you call it a salon. You know, she's a fancy woman, so fancy people have salons at their house. Okay?
No, it makes sense. She's living in Harlem and she's fancy. She have a salon. I get it.
Meanwhile, let's start with you two enter the Bureau of Investigation, what will pretty soon become the FBI. Their New York headquarters. Very stately, ornate Art Deco structure. Spotless within. They keep you waiting for an excruciatingly long time.
Yeah. It's alright.
Probably just to annoy you.
I don't know why they do this.
It's how
like-
all business meetings start. You make the perps sweat a little bit.
That's how all interrogations start.
What did I just say?
And this is why you always get me in trouble.
Yeah,
And then,
Trouble seems to follow you, man.
I have no regrets.
speaking of that,
No records, not even a letter.
Archimedes J. Blight arrives, pulls in you two, and says, well, I'm afraid the director wants a word. To admit you, to warn you, he's in one of his moods, so be careful.
I reach into my bag and I pull out the moonshine. I think you feel better after this.
Very
Yes.
good. Well,
We'll say that we have required it. You'll feel better.
right this way, gentlemen. He takes you down the long hallway and into the big office that J. Edgar Hoover is currently occupying. Also, totally spotless, he's behind this big desk, looming over you. This is, of course, before he got his famous jowls. He's a little bit younger, but he's no less intense and irate looking. Special Agent Berryessa, have a seat, please.
Of course, the
Mr. Egontre, a seat, if you please.
Yeah, sure.
I just hand the bottle of moonshine to
What is this?
Archimedes. It was the it is the Howard brand moonshine. It's what they've been brewing down in Colton County. It's got some interesting properties to it.
Makes you grow hair on your chest.
Literally, werewolf stuff. It's filled with werewolf spittle.
Interesting. I'm sure the Bureau of Prohibition will find that most intriguing. We'll have to pass along some samples.
Yes.
However, I'm afraid I have more pressing concerns in the doings of bootleggers.
Of course.
Mr. Egontre,
Yes.
I have recently finished perusing a file about your exploits. It was,
How thick was it?
it was exceedingly thick. Will you stop laughing? It was most interesting reading.
Gantry's tome.
Well, perhaps you'll find
15 volume set.
Perhaps you will not find this a source of merriment, that I can have you extradited to any of the numerous countries where you are wanted for various accounts of thievery. You do think that's funny?
Send them to Russia.
Well, I would. Unfortunately, the government that currently wants him for his thievery is gone, replaced by the...
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Indeed, you have the devil's own luck, sir. But there are numerous other countries with governments that are still intact that would like to clap you in irons.
Like my name stayed the same through any of them.
Well,
You'd be surprised what we know.
exactly. Special Agent Barry S. is quite correct. However, if you agree to serve the Bureau's interests, perhaps a blind eye can be turned to your past indiscretions.
Like, for instance, taking that file you got and throwing it into a fireplace, I presume.
No,
Usually-
of course not.
Well,
Then there's not much you can offer me that I can't get myself.
okay, he's like...
That was sarcasm, by the way.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. That was sarcastic. Usually my filing system is the pride of the federal government. But in the interest of the greater good, if you agree to act as a informant for the Bureau, I shall destroy your file, and that'll be our arrangement.
Alright.
Now, here's the situation. Pursuing the Moonshine Gang is indeed a worthy goal. They are lawless individuals, as well as being inhuman dogs of some kind.
Sir, come on. We are people just as good as you and I.
They're werewolves.
That remains to be seen. But there is now a greater problem. Bolshevism, gentlemen. The red menace that caused so much havoc and terror in Russia has reached our own shores. This union and striking business, I fear, will be the spark that sets off an American revolution. So, what I would like you to do is turn your interests away from the Moonshine Gang. You can continue to keep up the same identity, and you can continue to assist them as best you can, but begin collecting information on this Colton County Miners Union.
Yes.
Colton County Miners. Can I put a face to a name? I don't actually know that much about the Miners Union.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
run up.
Yeah, I mean, you've had some run-ins with them, but yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
So, roll with mortality.
Good. Wait, don't I know something that I can do? Yes!
Oh, cool.
Did your homework. When I put a face to a name with someone politically important, roll with mind instead of faction. On a hit, you know a dangerous secret about them or their political machinations. On 10 plus, I know how to leverage that information. Though it's not anyone specific, it's just the faction.
Yeah, okay. Well, that sounds fine to me.
Who leads them?
Yeah, who leads them?
Mother Joe.
Yes, unfortunately, a notorious agitator, a woman if you can believe it, by the rather odd name Mother Jones, has arrived in that area to take some sort of command of the Union.
We haven't interacted with her directly, have we?
Let me see.
Yeah,
The Vermin Rose has, but let's see how...
Yeah, can I also make a face to a name for that character?
Yes, let's see how Gantre rolls with this special move of his, the homework.
Did your homework?
Let's see if he indeed did his homework.
We'll never know.
We will never know.
Whatever it is, plus mind, that's a 9. So
Whoa.
it's probably...
It's right there. Yeah.
All right, we'll give another one, but I think you might...
Yeah, that's a 13.
Whoa.
So I
Okay.
know a dangerous secret about Mother Jones, and I know how to leverage that information. I take adept at them as well.
All right. So you do know that like the Colton County Miners Union is not like the vanguard of some Bolshevik revolution. They're just like miners who don't want to die in cave-ins and black lung all the time. They want just better, like decent pay and better working conditions. They're not like actively trying to destroy the federal government. However, they will violently defend themselves if attacked. Oh yeah, they'll defend. Yeah, they're not gonna be slaughtered by the gun thugs. I know.
Who would,
Except for the
would
few
want to
who
be
already
slapped by
have.
gunfights?
Yeah, except for this guy. But I mean, that was not willfully. He was
Yeah,
shot in the back. So
He chose to die. What?
no, not true.
Do you not remember the third verse of The Ghost of Thomas Stratton?
No,
He did
yeah.
not choose to die. Death chose him.
Like an old friend wanting revenge.
A classic line in the classic folk song. And then you want to do for Mother Jones?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if my investigations have already turned up anything.
It's mortality.
Yes, that would be a 9.
Okay. So I would say you know that Mother. You haven't met Mother Jones, but you have followed her career a little bit. Like she's a pretty famous figure. She's been involved in like labor struggles for like decades at this point.
Okay.
She helped like end child labor, just keeping those little fingers from being chopped off in horrible factories. So yeah, she's been. I mean, she's a real person, by the way, and kind of a hero who helped people, striking workers get a lot of the gains that we all know and love today.
Something tells me we're the bad guys in this situation.
He says, Hoover
you'll
says, there is also the matter of the sheriff, smiling Sid Hatfield, this moonshine swilling hick of a lawman has apparently thrown his lot with the strikers. So any information you could find about him, perhaps that could lead to his disbarring in his office, could be of interest as well.
So
Now,
much anger coming from you, Mr. Hoover.
I am perfectly calm and rational. Sir! Now, is there any other questions, or will you leave my office?
Nope, that is clear director.
Very good. What about you, Mr. Egontre?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Whatever. He's going to have some fun times in his high heels to calm down after this. So Hoover sends you guys packing.
I knew
Coining
it.
the phrase.
I knew he was something.
Coining the phrase whatever. Yeah. First instance.
So, meanwhile,
These guys.
Vermin Rose, Mr. Sue, and Stratton's ghost kind of floating along behind them.
Yeah.
You end up at this richly appointed apartment over in Harlem where Iseult LaFay is going to hold court.
Is it summer right now? What time of year is it?
I don't know. You can always specify. Maybe like kind of early autumn.
Early autumn? Okay then.
Yeah, there's no snow.
Well then, it's warm enough or cold enough at this point that she could be wearing a mink stole, so she is. But the mink stole's actually a living mink.
Yes.
She's also wearing a cloche hat and a shift dress. You know, she's ready to Charleston
man.
all over the cop club.
The glad rags, huh?
Yeah.
So I was thinking.
I
Glad rag.
haven't been back in the Big Apple since the Treaty of Versailles. It's pretty exciting.
What's Stratton doing there?
Well, I know who Iseult is, but Thomas doesn't. So I was hoping to put a face to a name, see if I can find.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can do power. I mean, that's her faction, I
Yes.
suppose. even though
Was she part
Yeah.
of the Delvers?
she is not, but I mean,
But-
power was kind of power like applies to different factions besides just because she's with. I mean, she's worked in various occult societies throughout history. She was with like the Egyptian ones in the Victorian England. And I should say, like right now, she's kind of in her twilight years. Like she's reached the. She's become kind of like a respected matronly figure amongst American occult circles. How'd you do for the role, Stratton?
It's a straight 9.
Okay. So yeah, because of that, you're able to. You never encountered her before in life or death, but just from maybe picking up bits of gossip from the other ghosts, you know that Iseult LaFay is a very powerful wizard. She's traveled across the entire world, learning different rituals and occult systems, and now she's settled in Harlem and is kind of acting as like a magical matriarch for like the whole East Coast.
Okay.
Dealing with magic.
I was going to ask if the same, since I'm from the country, not the city, but if I'm sort of, I know it's kind of meta, is this her place of power? Could I look around while I'm
I was
her
going to ask to
parlor?
investigate a place of power as well.
If this is her personal
Okay. Yeah, you guys can both do that.
just to get a sense.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, she keeps it pretty neat. She's not leaving the Eye of Newt and toe of bat like just on the counter there.
Well, you know, roaches get into everything.
But interesting. But yeah, but you.
Just to get
That's
a
what
sense.
she searched.
I
with
know,
the
yeah,
last-
yeah. It's
But
cool.
yeah, you can tell she probably got a lot of stuff
It's
hanging
pretty
out.
clever. I've heard it before.
How do you do with the
Day
investigate?
7.
Ooh, bud.
I've
Seven
never
is
been
for her.
in a place
Sorry.
in a place like this before.
That's
Did
what
you
I said,
roll
ooh,
a
buddy.
3 and a 1? Dude, you've got to use different dice.
Dude, man, you keep on rolling them threes.
Totally.
No, those other dice are cursed. Don't worry.
I think it's just probably your curse because that you roll 3s and 1s entirely too much.
I just rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like these.
Keep them then.
How about and
Take
then
'em. They don't
Vermin
work.
Rose? How'd you do?
Do yours.
I got a 7.
Okay,
So
so
I see below the surface the reality underneath, which
Yes.
makes sense since I'm exploring the place with roaches.
she's got a lot
Arcane
of
bug killers in there.
she's got like scrying equipment here, like the crystal ball, some enchanted mirrors, things that have let her really hook into the arcane in the atmosphere.
Right. I'm sure a lot of those things are like behind lock and key, but that doesn't matter to a roach.
Yeah, she probably doesn't bring out that stuff for company.
Yeah.
Oh, he sets you all down, makes you some tea, and is like, reminds me of some ghostly tea I once had in England.
Ghosty?
Yes. Have a seat if you will.
Did she have any? Could she have any?
She's like, oh, actually, yeah, Thomas Stratton, she's got a pot brewing for you. She knows you're coming, of course.
Huh. Interesting.
So she pours you some and gives you a cup of mug.
Ghost tea.
Some ghostly tea for my ghostly guest.
So you've been to England. By your accent, I can tell that you're from Nolans.
Wait, was Salt Lefay originally from New Orleans? Because she's traveled
Oh, I
all
thought
over
she
the
was
world
from
and
New
everywhere.
Orleans.
No, she wasn't from New Orleans necessarily. I think there's talk about her character being in New Orleans when we had the one shot there.
Yeah.
I thought she was from there.
No, I never
Ignore
really
that statement.
I never really determined where she was, but she's definitely from the South.
Okay.
I can tell you from somewhat
Parents
south
were
of the
slaves,
Mason-Dixon.
She says, well, I consider myself a citizen of the world, perhaps. Let's leave it at that.
You
Now-
you just start floating.
Miss Rose, you have,
The manifest to pick it up.
I'm trying to think of the best way to put it.
I'm
The most polite
touch
terms.
right now.
You are just as beautiful as you are when I last saw you. Time has certainly not ravaged your form in any way.
Well, you know, I'm always regenerating. It's not really a health plan I'd advise for everybody, but it works for me.
It's better than the alternative.
I should say so. So I understand that all of you are currently residing in West Virginia, in the mine country.
Always have, always will.
Yes, it's wonderful home.
And
For now.
And Mr. Sue, you have some sort of a special responsibility you feel with the earth spirits that dwell in that land. Is that
Oh.
correct?
It's quite a large responsibility. I must see for the mountain. The mountain
Yes.
sees for me.
Now, some professionals of the psychiatric trade, Mr. Freud, Dr. Freud and his ilk, might say this is nothing more than a delusion, that you are mad,
Freud's that
Have you
funny
seen the
German
mountain?
fellow that wants to sleep with his mother.
It's clearly the
something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say those people are 100% wrong. You are right. You are not crazy at all. You are actually indeed talking to the earth. Because the earth over there, the spirits there, they've been contacting me as well, or as best they can. There's not really a sentience there as we would understand it. But there is a great power within those mountains. The ley lines that, from my research, caused such trouble in New England, in the colonial area, in the colonial era. Those very ley lines extend into Appalachia, into Colton County. Now, this mining that's going on, it's bringing up the coal, of course, which has its own hazards, but those gems that grant immortality, those items need to remain in the earth.
Agreed.
Mr. Field's rapacious plundering of the earth's bounty is only going to cause more and more problems. You can perhaps already see it in some of the less than healthful effects on the townsfolk down there.
Some of us, that's all we have.
I understand that, but what I'm telling you is this continued mining has to stop. Delvers Incorporated must be stopped. Can I rely on you to do this?
Well, I was planning on killing him anyway, so I guess it's nice having him.
Well, we'll have to talk about that in just a moment.
Am
She's quite good.
I not killing him?
Yes, you're speaking of Mr. Claggett, of course.
Oh no, I was talking about Mr. E.C. Field. I also plan on
Oh.
killing Mr. Claggett.
Well, Field, if he can be killed, should be, but Claggett is another story.
Well, I feel like even if he's immortal, if I make him into a very fine paste, then he probably won't survive.
Put him in a jar.
Put him in a jar. I'll leave you to cross that bridge when it comes to it. But before we get to the matter of Claggett,
What can we do? What can we do?
so Mr. Stratton, do I indeed have your? Can you assist in this in trying to stop Field?
I'll do my best.
That's all I can ask. Now, Mr. Claggett, I know you're going to want to kill him.
Simply because I can't die until he dies.
Yes,
Which is a rather inconvenient thing for me.
and he's caused no small amount of suffering. That that Axeman he put together in New Orleans just as an accidental way for him to try and harvest blood, ended up taking several innocent lives.
I know it well, and she, like, pulls down her scarf for a second to reveal
Accidental.
the axe wound that's, like, in her neck.
Esau Lefay would not make a pun that stupid.
I would, though.
Yeah.
That's my character.
Okay, maybe she wouldn't make a pun that stupid.
No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't.
All right.
No, maybe like in her youth she would, but not now.
Yeah.
See what just happened in her life.
I think so. So she says, now, do you know where Mr. Claggett can be found?
What
No.
I have told everyone.
I think we are having the meeting separate. I feel like
Oh, right,
it's
okay. She
happening at
says-
the same time.
Well, from what I understand, you can find him at the 300 Club, a rather infamous speakeasy here in Manhattan. Now, Claggett, I know you're going to want to rip him limb from limb, but I urge you, do not kill him. The reason is simple. Delvers Incorporated is a very, very strong chain around Appalachia, and Claggett is the weak link. If you can somehow spy on him and follow him, you can perhaps see where the Hammersmith detectives are getting their golems from. And then, if you can brace him, talk to him, and sway him to your side, he could be an extremely useful informant and inside source to bring down Field. Perhaps the only way to do it. Field, his guard seems to be made of iron, and his spirit might as well be too. But Claggett, well, he's a weak little bat boy.
I mean, it should be easy enough for us to spy on him. I can release various parts of my body out into the world, and he can turn invisible.
That's quite useful. I'm simply saying he's perhaps the only way to get to Field. So don't kill him. Please.
Yet.
Yet. Yes, I should add that as well. Once Field is dispatched and Delvers Incorporated stops their mining operations and the gems are safe in the earth, then Claggett's life, or undeath, as it were,
Usefulness.
yes, when his usefulness is over, a stake can find its way to his rotten heart. Is that,
That's fine. We don't have to actually meet up with him, right? We just need to spy on him and find out where he's going.
Yes, that would do it.
Okay.
So, and she kind of checks her watch. The 300 Club, it's getting close to the evening, should be opening up now. So, if you head there, you might be able to catch a glimpse of Claggett, as well as whatever figures he's doing business with there.
Is there a current password for the speakeasy?
It's, well, in New York, a place as wet as this, you don't necessarily need matched passwords.
Right.
Some dollars will be enough. I will warn you that it's owned by a woman by the name of Texas Gwinnen, a former silent movie star in those cowboy pictures, who is now turned to running this speakeasy. She's quite the woman, so if you can get her on your side, she could perhaps point you to Claggett and Howler, and could be an invaluable ally. But if you cause trouble in her establishment, she would.
You say silent picture. Are there pictures with sound now? Because, wow, that would change everything.
Oh, wait, I gotta forget. What year did the jazz singer come out?
1929.
Okay, she doesn't say sound picture, she says picture.
She's a
That's
a
true.
wizard.
She's a wizard. She may have.
Yeah, she's
She may have
seen
seen
the future. Yes, don't worry, the talkies are coming.
Invest now.
Right?
Yeah, seriously.
Before we go, can I get some of that tea to brew leader for Thomas and I?
I don't usually drink tea, but it was fairly good.
I'll give you some of my this ghostly brew, some ghostly tea bags for you to use later. So yeah, you get some ghost tea now, and you can add to your list of strange ingredients you're acquiring. Okay, so
Does she have photographs of her and her friends around her apartment, or is she, like, more austere than that?
there's probably a few, like, in the mantelpiece. And yeah, I would say like maybe one or two from her times in London. When it's from this is back when like It's like photo time. You have to like stand for an hour in front of the camera for it to work, but so everyone looks kind of very serious and uncomfortable. But it's probably something like that of like her and the crew that she ran with back in London in our earlier arc. So
It's probably one terrified cameraman.
oh man, yeah, you got like Lady Roxanne there.
The werewolf.
The
That might be
undead
from
crap
before she
virus.
Yeah, you got
It was probably mostly
Livingston.
just-
as,
That was probably before she was a werewolf all the time.
Yeah.
yeah, Livingston in his uniform, and then in the corner looking like one of those weird tricks of the light or swirls. There's a ghost pirate that you just be like, oh, that's just an optical illusion. Don't look at that part. Don't worry about that part.
No pictures
Some ghost
of her.
photography.
No pictures of her and Claggett, though. That's what she's suspicious of.
Interesting. No, there's any of her and Claggett over there.
Okay.
Okay.
She's had her fill with one Claggett. I don't think she wants to be friends with another.
That's true. Well, I don't know that.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So
Yeah.
we will cut ahead to the 300 Club. It's like the later hours, and the place is swinging. So outside, it's pretty like New York is very much. Yeah, you got that cool jazz music's pumping right out. New York is not really like it's a whole city of scofflaws. So even though prohibition's going on, not hard to find a drink, and this place is running very openly.
I'm just looking for a chance to do the Charleston. I've been looking forward to it ever since I had the wax cylinder.
Oh man, inside it is Charleston, there's on the line. It's all going on right there. It's a very, very fancy looking place. Lots of sheer Art Deco furniture set around a big dance floor. You got a jazz band going full tilt. Everyone's doing their best Charleston and so on. All those great jazz age dances right there in the marble dance floor in the middle.
I mean, I would recognize Claggett if I saw him since I've met him before. And it's not like I tried to kill him back then. He doesn't know I'm trying to kill him.
Okay.
So should we have a plan before we go in?
Yeah, you're all meeting up like outside.
Oh, well, I'm going to put like a bug on him.
Yeah, literally a bug. Listen, yeah. But what happens if he catches on what we're doing and starts running? Should we like?
Well, we'll have a bug on him and,
I can follow him.
yeah.
I can always just talk to the kid. He already owes me something.
Well, I don't think we want to tip him off to the fact that we're trying to track him down to the golden plant.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'm good at misdirection.
So then the plan he's saying is we're gonna put a bug on him, tail him, and if things not really necessarily go awry, but also talk to him like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Talk to the bad boy like a gentleman.
Yeah, convince him he's in a bad situation and we're the only ones that can get him out of it.
Cool.
I don't know how well that ever works with Claggett, but okay. He's
You
more
never
likely to
know.
just try to slip away like an eel if he knows that he's in any kind of danger. He's perfectly happy to go underground for a while.
Right.
And I do mean literally underground.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
just
that's
saying
why
that.
we also
Coffin there.
have the bugs and the tailor.
Right, which
in
is
case
why
this
I'm
was-
saying if we want him to take us to the golem, we don't want to tip him off that there's any danger right now because he definitely won't go to the golem if he thinks he's in danger.
Right. So maybe try to convince him to take me along with him to a stealing.
Right, maybe you want to buy one.
Yes, I could use a personal golem.
Yeah, I'm just saying he doesn't respond well to threats, he runs. That's what this
Yeah.
man does. He's
I'll,
very cowardly.
I'll post outside in case something awry goes wrong, because there's no way I can bring my guns into the club. Like, I have my knife. Jack all that's gonna do me in a fight.
Oh yeah, that reminds
Yeah,
me.
better than magic.
That reminds me, I probably shouldn't bring this into the club. Why don't you hold on to it for me? She gives you a cavalry saber.
Why do you have a cavalry saber?
It's what I had before I had these. Shing shing. Shing shing.
Those rats are
I
pushing,
put it
pulling
in the
out.
trunk of the Warenatch.
Yeah.
But I like to use my best laid plans.
Good idea.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Charge up beforehand.
I'm currently at a 6. So someone wants.
I want to assist you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Someone
what's
roll-
your
you
faction?
guys are all working
Okay.
together to plan, so.
Damn it, that's a 6 also.
No. I'll let,
You wanna
usually I don't
assist
allow
me?
this, I'll let one more person do it.
Can I assist
roll
the
one
assist?
Mr. Sue, well, you're assisting him. I'll just
Okay.
let someone else
Let's
be
roll
assisting.
plus mortality.
yeah.
Hey.
10.
Nice. All right, so
Finally
it's a 7
somebody
now.
assist you. So,
Okay. So I mean, that's still 2 hold, but things aren't gonna go
Bad.
totally bad.
Well, we'll see.
Because that's
You
literally
get those extra points there.
because it's literally out of miss. I hold 1, but everything goes wrong.
Yeah, that's a 6.
Cool. So I'd much rather it's a gamble.
Yeah.
So hold 2.
All right.
So who's coming into the club?
I'm definitely going to the club.
Okay.
He just
I'm going into
Strat. He just
I
needs to
forget,
ask. Just
were
goes
you-
up to the wall,
was,
man.
Was Emilio in the no? Because you were the other vessel. So you've not met Claggett, or have you?
Not this.
You haven't met this Claggett. I'm the only one that knows
Well-
what he looks like.
Well, he does only this. Okay, I kind
I
of.
technically know what he looks like from
Oh,
Dossier,
dossiers, yeah.
I think I met him in the past, but haven't met him in game.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh,
Is he
yeah,
Night
owes you a
Faction?
debt.
What's
but
that?
is he Night Faction?
He's with Power now.
Okay.
Okay.
He was kicked out of the
He's kicked
Ordo
out of the
Sanguis
Knights.
soon after his brother's fall from grace. He couldn't hold on there without his brother's influence. Or
Yikes.
cousin, I should say. So, you guys all head in. Mr. Sue, you're entering as well?
we're all going in.
I'm staying outside.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you want company outside, 3 inside, less?
Can I?
If things
I-
go bad, I'll know they go bad.
I'm sorry to bring this up in a game where we're not trying to do this, but was the 300 Club a restricted club?
I do not know. It is a historical existing speakeasy, but like, I'm gonna say like probably it wasn't.
Okay.
I mean that was like one of the great unintended consequences of prohibition is like people of all different social classes and races
Yeah.
came together in these speakeasies.
Yeah, I just remember part of why the Cotton Club was so popular is because it was not restricted, so everybody
Yeah.
could go there.
Well, then I think like later in the 30s, it was like in the Cotton Club. If you were black, you could perform, but you couldn't be a customer. It was like, yeah. So,
All right.
but I think now they're all outlaws, so it's
Yeah.
there's a sort of
Okay.
equality.
Honor amongst thieves.
Yeah, of a kind. Not
Plus, it just makes things easier.
yeah.
It does make things easier for us if we don't have to worry about it, but then I'm like,
I think the historians who watch this can suspend reality for 15, 20 minutes.
they're like, the 300 Club was actually...
I know.
No one cares. Sorry.
Yeah. If you are the 300 Club, if you are a
Are you
speakeasy,
still around?
yeah, I don't know.
I highly doubt that the 300 Club exists anymore.
Yeah, if you're
Really
like
cool,
a,
though.
I know if
I
you're
feel
like a
like it turned
speakeasy,
into
if
the
you're
Roseland Ballroom, and now the Roseland Ballroom doesn't exist anymore either.
if you run a speakeasy and you're watching, I don't know, whatever. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, go back to brewing your bathtub gin. Oh, by the way, you guys killed my grandmother's brother with your bad booze. I know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jerks.
I know, that bathtub gin. Not safe to drink.
Of
Ugh.
course not. It's from the bathtub.
I'll just channel up and stay outside for some backup, and if we hear something,
Okay, so,
we'll do that.
Me and Mr. Sue.
inside, the joint is jumping, and you do see, like, over there towards the front, at one of the private table in this booth, dressed to the nines, there is indeed Clancy Claggett. He's wearing, like, the full, like, arrow collar, like, tuxedo, dinner jacket, the whole thing.
Why ain't he pompous?
Does it look Nosferatu anymore?
Well, he looks like Nosferatu with better hair.
I'm actually...
A little bit more greasy.
Yeah, oh yeah. I imagine he saw, like Valentino, and he was like, yes! And he, told his barber to do that. So he's got the whole, like, hair all, like, slicked back. Lots and lots of pomade. It's very shiny.
She is going to his booth.
Going as well.
He doesn't, like I've said many times, he doesn't know that she wants to kill him. Like, they were
Okay.
friends the last time he ever saw
I
her.
should say he is also with Tad Howler.
Okay.
They look like they're waiting for someone. Tad Howler's wearing his best, like, pinstripe
Oh,
suit and vest
okay.
and, like, a straw boater's hat, and looking very out of place, but, like, still eager to be here.
Then never mind the approaching the table thing, because the approaching the table thing was a seduction thing. She's not going to do that in front of Tad Howler, who definitely knows her.
Okay. So what, is he Gantre approaching?
Yeah.
All right,
Ted
so you
doesn't
walk
know
up.
me.
But
That's true.
I will send out a bug.
Got it.
Yeah.
Let's have, for the bug's success, because this bug is let's have the bug do a let it out.
Sure.
Because,
And I'll just assist you. Maybe I can shake
Don't
his
worry.
hand.
I have the. I can get the +1 as well.
Dang. Can I use the hold and get an assist? Because that's a...
Yeah, give the assist.
Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Spirit. Derp. I was looking at
Are
the
you good?
wrong thing. Yeah, that's a 7.
okay, so
No point in no.
There's no way,
Yeah.
even with the
Partial
help and
success.
the extra point, there's nothing to do.
Okay.
That just means I take a harm because I don't take
Right.
corruption.
Yeah, I just imagine, like, I love the idea of this cockroach navigating the dance floor and, like, weaving around all those stomping spats and...
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I took a harm because it took a few roaches to do it.
Oh, yeah, we got quite a few roaches went
Swarm.
splat, didn't make it.
I was like, splat. Next
Send
roach.
Splat.
But yeah, you got a roach, like...
Right
so
there,
is
and
it...
suddenly splat.
Is the roach, like, going on to Claggett, like, onto his shoe? Or
Yeah,
it's
it'll
just...
pull up his pant leg.
Okay, so it's hiding on him.
Yeah, usually people don't notice if an insect crawls up their pant leg.
No.
Yeah.
They'll notice if you crawl up the leg, but it's pant leg, not leg.
So, Egontra, you, like, waltz in. Claggett's like... I'm trying to remember what his voice was. It was like 10 episodes ago.
Make him a new one. It's been some time.
Yeah, I know. He's probably changed his voice, too. Mr. Egontre. There you are, old man. Welcome. Join us.
Mr. Claggett, fancy meeting you here, my friend.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Have a seat. Tell me, do you know Tad Howler?
Don't think we've had the pleasure.
He's
Nice
like,
meeting you, sir.
Likewise. And he, like, shakes your hand. He's like, Howler belongs to a certain brotherhood of hairy fellows who make their homes in the mountains and brew up some of that moonshine. Swill compared to what they serve at this place, of course.
Oh, of course. I mean, werewolves.
Yes, but we're doing sort of we're creating a mutually beneficial business pact, I should say.
Now you speak in business.
Ah, and I know...
And you know me in business, right?
Oh, do I? Well, I've got a bit of there's someone else who is soon to join us to help arrange this transaction. Would you be interested in taking part?
Oh, most definitely. You know me. I always want to be in on business, business opportunities.
I should warn you, he's a rather formidable fellow. I'm talking about Mr. Arnold Rothstein.
Don't think I've heard of him before.
Well, consider yourself lucky. They say he fixed the 1919 World Series. He's a notorious gangster and bootlegger.
Well, this is a man I should know. You can put in a good word for me, I assume, Mr. Claggett. And I'm going to call in a debt on him.
Ooh, okay.
Just put in +3 on persuasion, and hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, that should do it. Let's see what happens.
4 plus 4, 12.
I assist.
Yes, you want that 13.
And I'm cashing a debt. Mark power as well.
Okay, so he says, well, in that case, I'll make the introductions. Rothstein's acting as a go-between to another, for this venture, which is for my company, and we're procuring some needed, let's call it manpower, to help in Appalachia. And while he's there, I'm seeing if Howler and him can come to some arrangement as well. So, let's see. So I will say, yeah, at this moment, Arnold Rothstein himself arrives. He's got like to be a small entourage of bodyguards with him. He's like a lean fellow, also very, very dapper dressed, like a big bow tie and like fedora and everything. So he comes over and like takes out, cigarette from the silver case and all that. Joins them, sits down, and says, well, no, he's a whole different voice. So you brought this fellow from Appalachia up here, is that right? This Howler kid? Ted Howler's like, yes, sir, and I can tell you, I'm very eager to move beyond the podunk environs of my raising. We can bring Howler brand moonshine to whole new markets all over this great country. And of course, I'm willing to let you take some steps into our territory as well. I know Ma likes to keep it independent, but I see that's all in the past. It's time for the whole country to get itself amalgamated. So that's why I'm here, sir, looking to make a deal with you. And Rothstein says, and what about this one? This one I don't know. What's your name?
Montolio Iganchi, sir, and I am just an entrepreneur business looking to get my hands on, every little thing around this place. I'm a man to know, and if you need things, I'm the man to know.
Well, that's an attitude I appreciate. Some of these things you're into, we talking to stuff of a nature that I would say would get a priest upset at you? Something like that? Is that what you're interested in?
If I take holy water, I might burst into flame.
Well, that's also good to hear. What about, I don't make it my business to know what a man does on Sunday, or Saturday as it were, but I'll say this, if a rabbi got upset at you, would that matter?
To me, no.
Okay. Well, how'd you like to have yourself a little, a servant? The kind that don't get tired, don't get sleepy, and will do whatever you want as long as you ask.
Now that sounds great, but where would I procure such a servant?
Well, buddy, come to the right place. Why don't you come with me? We'll take a little ride out to Coney Island. I'll introduce you to a fella who can introduce you to one of those servants.
All right. Gentlemen, are we going?
I believe so. So they all finish up their drinks and start heading out.
I leave slightly before they do because I've been listening in on the conversation, thanks to my literal bug.
Love that.
They head out to Coney Island. We should tail them a little bit behind, figure out where they're going. But
I'm already tailing. I've been tailing.
You're floating them behind.
Yeah.
I have no idea you're even there.
Do you know if Tad's going with them?
as far as I know, Tad's going with them. Montolio is definitely going with them. It looks like he's going to try to procure one of those metal men.
Good to know.
And as far as I know, the ghost of Thomas should also be with them. You know, the ghost of Thomas Strand.
Yeah. You guys take my car. I got one last thing I want to do.
All right. Yes,
I'm going to grab my rifle, my machine gun. I'm going to go find Tad Howler.
Ooh, well, he's staying with the group, so kind of like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Excellent.
Trying to make sure they're all staying together so they're easier.
Well, because Tad Howler hired me as his hired muscle.
Oh.
And he hasn't keep me in the loop.
Oh,
So I'm going to call him. I'm going to find him to call him that dead.
Ooh, all right. So, like, yeah, as they're leaving, is that when you want to kind of pop in?
I'm set off the side and say, hey, Ted, 1 second.
He looks a little bit worried. He's like, oh,
No, don't.
Luca!
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I'm cool with whatever. I'm not here because your mom asked me. I'm here because remember you hired me to be your muscle.
Oh, yeah.
It's. I understand. We have been doing work for your mom, but you are my employer, so you take precedence over that.
Well, you know what? I like that attitude.
See, I'm gonna call my dad to try to
Alright.
persuade him to take me along.
Okay. Yeah, because he's a little skeptical. He's also like, but maybe you ought to stay back here and just let this dog hunt by
No,
itself.
it's fine. It's fine. I'll my car's over there. I'm gonna track behind you guys and keep an eye out for you in case you get into trouble.
All right, so we call him the debt, get that plus
Take
3.
your car.
Well, I didn't ask you to take it yet.
Oh.
It's like a plus 3 to this. Oh, I'm gonna need it.
Plus 3, 7.
Yes, it's a 7.
Okay. He is gonna say. Okay, he's gonna be like, look, I gotta tell you, it ain't just me. Mr. Austin here, he's the real deal. This guy's like a big city, like super gangster. So
Yeah.
you can come along with us, but you gotta go in our car. He's got this big old fancy limousine, so there's plenty of room. And something else. You gotta leave. You can't come healed. You gotta take out your shooting irons and so on, leave them behind.
That's
Mr.
fine with
Rothstein
me.
don't like that. So
Fine
you
with
just
me.
keep him in your car there.
I'm waiting.
Little
Join
does
the
Mr.
car.
Rothstein know he has a ghost tailing him with a
Did you walk to the car? Do we need to be hiding in the car right now? Because We were in your car.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably in a dark alley, so
Okay.
just go in there, pop the trunk.
I'm just making
Back
sure
over.
that you're not being followed to
I
the
do,
car.
yeah, I do
Okay.
keep my knife on me.
Right. Okay. He's not going to search you for that. They're not.
Yeah.
Ted Haller's dumb, so he wouldn't do that. All right. So he's like, all right. So you promise you got rid of all the guns and so on?
Of
You
course
can-
I did.
Okay. Good. I believe you. All right.
Ted, you hired me to help you out. I'm
Okay.
trying my best.
All right. Come on, and I'll introduce you.
I don't need no introduction. It's fine. But
All right, he comes over and he's like, "Look, fellas, I got a bodyguard too. Isn't that cool or swell?"
good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna come ride with me.
This is a good opportunity. We can compare them to.
By the way, I rolled a put a face to the name on Rothstein.
Who am I fighting
yeah,
is the
let's-
question.
We'll take care of that real quick. I guess.
He's mortality, right?
Yeah, I'll say so.
If he's something else, let me know.
I think mortality works for
Yeah.
him.
I got 7 then.
Okay. Yeah, you. I mean, you've read the papers. He's a pretty infamous figure.
Right.
He fixed the World Series in 1919. He's kind of a kingpin, bootlegging but is big source of his income. But he's interested in all sorts of other scams, and also.
So if he's going out to Coney Island, where's he likely to be going? I think is really what she's most.
Oh, okay.
Should that have been a hit the streets? I don't know.
Yeah, why don't you hit the streets for that? Because that's not really.
Okay.
I'll tell you if you roll high enough on hit the streets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 10.
Nice.
Okay. From what you maybe picked up in your time in New York, and you might have overheard, is that Rothstein and a lot of other underworld figures are often to be found in a kind of off the beaten track Coney Island attraction called the House of Mechanical Miracles.
House of Mechanical Miracles. Great. That
Yes.
way I don't have to directly tail them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's going out to Coney Island, I know where he's going.
Yes. And it is, you'll also know that you rolled a 10. So yeah, you know the guy who runs the House of Mechanical Miracles. You've heard of him.
Okay.
His name is Dizzy Izzy.
Dizzy Izzy.
Yeah, he's a Dizzy Izzy. He's kind of a over-the-top showman. I mean, he's got probably pamphlets and so on scattered around New York asking you to check out Dizzy Izzy's House of Mechanical Miracles
Right.
for amazing automatons that astound and delight. And he's a German immigrant, and he was also involved in some sort of mystical society over there. All right, so limousine zooms off through the night with Special Agent Berryessa and Egontre inside. Our ghost is floating along behind. What about Mr. Sue and the Vermin Rose?
Before the limousine took off, I actually would have been on the move, I think. I'm trying to get there before they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we roll, or who's driving?
I'm driving.
Of course she is.
Using my machinist powers.
With my aware Nash, who
Yeah,
responds well to it,
yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, so why don't we do
The car and me are friends.
Yeah.
maybe a let it out or a keep your cool to see if you can get there first?
Cool.
Yeah, I would say
think
you
both of
decide.
Both of those are spirit.
Yes, talk
right?
Yeah, sister
Okay.
while I'm riding shotgun.
Oh yeah, I'm sure maybe there's some backseat driving going on.
I feel
Oh,
like
me, I'm like, whoa, this is awesome.
I still have best laid plans
because she's
going.
partially using her spirit roachy power things.
Yeah.
Then we might as well do let it out. I think.
Okay.
Because she's doing it by being attuned to the car rather than driving incredibly recklessly, which is what I feel like let it out would be.
All right, that makes sense.
Or I mean, not let it out, but keep your cool.
Keep your cool. Yeah.
Because it's I just ran all these stop signs. Woo!
That's me.
That's
Stop signs, who pays attention to those?
it's before the stop sign
I
was
mean,
invented.
it's spirit either way. It's just what's the flavor, right? Oh man.
Would
You can assist, right?
I can still get the +1 too.
Oh, cool.
So we get a +1 from best laid plans.
I'm wild.
Damn it.
That's a
Oh no,
So what are you
it's not
talking about
quite
now?
happening.
6.
I'll make it a 7.
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
I've just taken another harm.
And you still get a point. Everyone wins.
Oh, I'm gonna be eating some disgusting things soon. That's how I heal.
I know, it's gonna be gross.
Yeah, I've never driven.
It's also
before,
Coney
so
Island.
my
I'm sure you can
sister
find
probably
plenty of
won't
gross things
Oh,
there.
she's probably gonna eat a ton of wraps while she's waiting.
Oh yeah. this time period.
Wharf
New
rats
York
in
is.
Coney Island. It's
Oh man, is Pizza Rat getting eaten?
Just unhinged jaw insert rats.
yeah. So I'm gonna say, since that did succeed, like the let it out is, I don't even know. It was just to see if we could get there successfully with one success. I feel like that's what I got. So yeah, so I feel like we'd be there in enough time that she can probably scarf down some rats beforehand.
All right, hopefully not Pizza Rat, beloved New York icon.
Jeez, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Pizza Rat exists yet.
His ancestor.
Right. So Pizza Rat never existed.
No.
This is why you don't do time travel with horrible zombies.
Yeah. So
Anyway, she's healed her harm.
okay, so Mr. Sue and the Vermin Rose pull up outside the House of Mechanical Marvels. Coney Island, like it's way past closing time for all the amusement parks, so they're all pretty much empty. This one is kind of located sort of in like the mists of your, Dreamland, steeplechase, all that. So there's like Ferris wheels, roller coasters, all shut down. All the weird, glowering, cheap, creepy amusements are caught in shadow, just looming over you. Are you like trying to hide the car, or are you just like parking right up in front of the House of Mechanical
we
Marvels?
would hide the car.
House of Mechanical Miracles, I mean, not Marvel.
I don't feel like we would park right in front. I feel like that would be kind of a tip-off. So, we'll hide it in an alley nearby.
Yeah,
Which also is probably filled with rats, so,
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's
I don't know what that gesture was.
I don't know either.
It's closed as well, but like you can see there's some lights inside.
Yeah.
It's like this big, fancy Art Deco kind of neoclassical looking dome type thing with lots of like sheer sides, kind of intense points, big spires, like a little fat Chrysler building kind of dumped in the middle there. Very modern. And then, big House of Mechanical Miracles set above it there. So,
I will say that since you're there to watch her feed, what happens is like a bunch of vipers jump out of her mouth and like
oh man.
pull
Mr.
them.
Zeus is working on some like Cracker Jack or something.
Yeah, it's really horrible. Just all these other, they kind of press gang other things into her and they're just
God.
So as you guys are
The
there,
werewolf moonshine.
Not yet.
I just feel like everything about her should be horrible.
Of course, yeah, I love it. I am so enjoying this.
you
It
see.
wasn't sarcasm.
So after a few minutes, someone steps out of there to greet the newcomers who are soon to arrive in their limousine. It is Dizzy Izzy himself, who's wearing like kind of a show pantomime vaudeville rabbi getup with like the prayer scarf and the armor and everything. He's kind of a slightly overweight figure with like kind of a tangled beard, but definitely like big like stripes, lots of pinstripes in his fancy, colorful suit.
Do you currently have any explosives, by the way?
I'd have to make some on the fly.
I mean,
'cause I'm out of my-
I could say he has explosives on him.
I could search his trunk and see what I can find.
Yeah, I could. Do you want
I mean,
me-
you guys
I was hoping to use it for my own guns, make sure you guys had picked them up. But I could just say that you find dynamite in the trunk.
Yeah,
Also,
if we
like
find-
you an opportunity to pack. So
If we find dynamite and guns, then yeah.
Well, you found my guns.
Well, we're definitely bringing your guns.
I'm sure
So,
Mr. Sue brought
yeah,
on
I'll
some
use my
dynamite.
last hold. So this is when he popped the trunks. There is a bundle of dynamite.
This
Kind of just rolling around loose in the back of my car from the race.
Well, that's
This is the stuff.
Plus my guns.
It's
Okay.
fresh.
Okay, I'm not gonna take my guns.
Oh yeah, that's some good dynamite.
Please don't forget my guns.
We're bringing your guns. I've said several times we're bringing your guns.
Okay.
He's bringing your guns.
I don't know about that.
This is
He saw that and was like, "Ooh, what's this?" and dropped my
like
guns
some
in the sewer.
demented Asian Sanso Panza here.
Let the rats have them.
No, I need
Yeah.
those guns. We got my property.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
two really big wharf rats. one's pointing and
You want me
one's
to bring like a
firing.
rifle?
You want vermintide? This is how we get vermintide.
So we bring your rifle. And...
Yes.
That's okay. Cool.
Are you guys
Awesome.
approaching Dizzy Izzy? You're just gonna let him stand out there waiting.
I think we were going to try to sneak in a different way.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see you roll a sneak in. Who's kind of leading the sneak in?
I'm looking for a back door, and then rats can fit through anything that's the size of their head.
Yeah, let's do investigate a place of power for this. So when you
Rats
guys,
have collapsible skeletons.
so
Is there a
power
door?
is the faction.
Except for
that
the
Dizzy
roads.
Izzy
Yeah,
has.
I mean,
So we're trying to gain access, right?
I'm
Yeah.
just-
Okay. Is there a
I don't know,
doorman
so-
that's not that person?
Oh, I was just gonna try to find a back room.
Oh, I'll let you go first then.
All right, so let's have one of you.
Try to
Yeah,
mine next.
one of you roll investigate a place of power to try and find that back entrance.
Is this a mortality thing?
He's power, and the house of mechanical miracles
I mean,
is
if-
power. Yeah.
Mine's also -1.
So
I
50,
was,
50, here we go. What do
I
you
was
think?
hoping to do a let it out to use my rat powers.
I'll allow that. That makes sense to me too, because you're using the rats to find.
Yeah,
that
I'm
entrance.
using the rats.
Okay, let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Use the rats.
Use the rats. Luke.
It's pretty good.
That is, that's a 9. If you want to assist me, we can maybe knock it up to a 10.
Sure.
All right, rats.
All right, so roll with.
I am wild.
Help with those
Roll
rats.
7.
Hey.
So there you go.
Hey.
That's a success. That's what you need.
Nice.
That gives
No
me 2
bonuses on that
things.
one.
So I think I've successfully extended my
Yeah, the
senses
senses.
supernatural. Take definitive hold of something vulnerable or exposed. I unlock the door from the inside. And
All right,
just
that's very
walk
cool.
One of your rats just bashes his head against the lock that opens.
in. Yeah, just you know what? I almost said a spoiler from the very end of Heredity, and I'm not going to do that. So,
Okay.
Awesome.
but that wouldn't be fair. I mean, the movie's been out a year, but still,
Has it only been a year?
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, great movie.
Midsummer came out
Have
really
you guys
close
seen
to
Midsummer yet?
I really want to. You saw it already?
I have, and I will watch it again.
Okay. Well, to
I haven't
make
seen it, but I read it. I read the
maybe I don't know if you guys are.
There is
Okay.
no way to spoil
I don't do
Midsummer.
horror.
Midsummer is
Oh.
what's on the
Why are we playing? We like you.
I don't do horror movies.
Oh, okay.
Midsummer is
All right. Well, you know what? That makes
I
us
slightly
horror.
roleplay horror.
that makes us even like more valuable, I guess.
Yeah,
if you're willing
Midsummer
to-
is
yeah.
definitely a horror film.
Okay, I know. I'm so pumped for it. So yeah, I definitely want to see that one.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the original Wicker Man?
Yeah, big fan of that.
Okay.
That is one of the parts of that totally freaked me out. So all right, I'm down. Folk horror, some scary masks. Yes, that terrifies me.
I feel like it's not totally tangential because it's a horror film.
Yeah. No, it's
Yes.
it's very tangent.
No, we have our Generation Shadow movie talks every so often. They appear.
Right. Yeah, because unlike you, I watch a crazy number of horror films. So. Okay, at
Watch
any
it.
rate,
So
back to the plot
Just
of the
read
movie.
yes, okay.
We've gone through a back way.
So yes, in that back way, you open it up, and I'm going to say you discover, as you enter, it's all dark, it's all turned off, but you're in like a mechanical orchestra. There are rows and rows of robot musicians, like harpists, flutists, flautists, robots playing flutes, violins.
Visceral on that
Yes, it's tromboners. Yeah, the whole.
Yes. As a former flautist, it is flautist.
Okay. Oh, good. Thank you.
But it's also a tromboner.
Flautist.
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
People want to say
Awesome.
trombonist, but
No,
it's
it's
probably
tromboner.
tromboner.
Yeah.
But it's hornist, which is interesting.
Interesting. There's the full orchestra, all of these like robotic forms kind of frozen, and you can see beyond that. There's like other rooms inside this this sort of walk-in museum exhibition thing.
I think we're gonna need more TNT.
Meanwhile,
There's a lot of TNT I gave you.
Limo pulls up. Oh, Strat, which of these kind of two groups are you with?
Oh, I was tailing
We
that.
use that.
Oh, okay, cool.
I
So
was tailing the limousine.
We have like a
nice. You just flying after it.
Doesn't. Baker's doesn't.
There you go.
I figured I had some way of
We have a
clinging
cigar with which to light it.
Montaleo,
You do now.
All right, so you guys zooms over. The limousine stops. Rothstein's like, "All right, I should warn you. Now, me and the Englishman or whatever he is, I don't know. We've done this before, 2 times actually. And look, Dizzy Izzy keeps on selling them, and they keep on buying. So I'm happy to be the go-between in exchange for my cut. But I should warn you, Dizzy Izzy is a weird fellow. I mean, he's of my tribe. I'll say that. But he was in some kind of weird group over there in Germany before he immigrated. Ein Sof is what it is. They're into that Kabbalah stuff. I don't know. It's not for me. But anyway, what I'm going to say is he's a little odd, so Don't worry about it. As long as
We've
you got
all got our problems.
exactly. So as long as you got the money, you play along, and you'll get what you came for.
Excellent. And as I rub my hands, I'm going to start channeling.
Oh, cool. Oh, also, did you want to, Mr. Sue? Did you want to channel?
Do they stay hold or?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's all like just a few hours. So.
Alright.
And I got a
Keep
10.
If you fail, you can't
Oh,
channel
nice.
again to scene, but it says you hold.
Yeah, so you have
Yeah.
them until you lose
Yeah.
them.
I have them until you lose them.
But
I
you
got
just
Can you go
3.
past?
No, you can't pull more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Yeah.
right? So.
My vessel
Thank you,
thing
though.
where I recovered is actually just once a session, I don't think. So I can't heal that way again.
All right, so limousine comes to a halt. Dizzy Izzy greets everybody. There's introductions back and forth. He knows Rothstein. He's worked with Claggett a few times before, and he's like, "Oh, right this way. You're not gonna believe what I've cooked up for you this time. And you, Wojcik, who are you?
Montolio Gandre. I'm just looking to buy something I never really seen before.
Is
I
that
hear you're
right?
the man to see.
And you think buying more stuff is gonna make you happy, huh?
I am a man who wants everything. If I don't have it, then I need it.
Make a great dragon.
Are you sure you're a secret
I
of the
know,
dragon?
the dragon playbook.
By the way, I think now that we're inside, it would be a place of power for us to figure things out.
Okay. We'll cut back to you in just a moment.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, well, for you, I may have to go back into the workshop a little bit. But let me just show you what's on the showroom floor, eh? So you come this way.
He's coming to
All
the
right.
dragon.
So he brings you into the opening of the museum there, and he's like, "Now, I should say this. You fellas serve your country in the cause for democracy over there and all that. Any
do,
veterans
yes.
is what I'm asking.
Yes.
I fought in a war.
Oh,
I fought in the Great War too.
all right. Well, what I'm going to show you, it may make you a little upset. But you know, hey, let's all celebrate your heroism and making the world safe for democracy or whatever. So yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I know.
I mean,
People, I gotta say, in like the 20s, if you look at like the fiction about World War I, it is very weird. A lot of it's like this like rah, or a lot of it's like, man, people are getting shot and killed. Isn't that hilarious? Like, there's some bizarre stuff out there. And that's sort of what, I know. And that's sort of what this next room is. It's like a robotic reenactment of the Western Front.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, so he has like, so you kind of walk down this lane through like a fake no man's land, and there's two sides of robots. And as it goes, it does kind of turn on. Dizzy Izzy makes a big show of turning it on. And, yeah, and you can see, yeah, so Barry asked, this is pretty intense for you. Because, I mean, it is like a bad vaudeville pantomime version of the Western Front.
Well, there's no werewolves nearby, so I feel pretty okay right now.
Yeah.
That was my big deal. Is I fought the Howling Nassars, and that was not okay for me.
Yeah, just robot doughboys and like German robots popping up and shooting sparks at each other with like fake barbed wire.
Yeah.
He brings you into the other room. He's like, "So beyond that, we got our orchestra. Hey, you want to hear some tunes?
Sure.
It's got to go in there. But
So
So
first,
since they're in the orchestra room now,
they're almost there.
I do need to say we would not be there anymore.
Oh, okay,
So like, there's stuff that would have already happened.
okay. So we'll cut to Sue and Vermin Rose for that. Are you like hiding, or are you going to another room?
Well, we had some like the whole point of getting here before everybody else was to get in and get set up
Oh, I see. Okay,
before
so
anybody
yeah.
else came in. So
Okay, that makes sense. All
that's
right.
kind of why I've been like, hey, this.
Right. Okay, so we'll take a quick cut to you guys.
Sorry.
No, it's I
Smash
just,
cut.
yeah. No, it's all cool. So what are you guys doing in there?
So here's what I figure: is there's some place that he's using to make these things ones that can operate independently. There's got to be some sort of power source.
Oh, not just the workshop, but
Right.
yes.
So I figure you go look for that. Okay? Because you know that sort of things and you know how to blow things up. Meanwhile, I've got guns. I've got the ability to hide, and I've got the ability to shoot. So when this Dizzy Izzy fellow comes in, I'm going to plug him.
So I take the dynamite, and you keep the guns.
Because if we destroy the source and we destroy the person that knows how to make these things, problem solved.
Do you want to hold Roman's weapons?
Yeah, I figure I'll just use his guns.
You just used my real name, by the way.
DeLuca.
My bad.
No, it's fine.
My bad.
No, he just said Roman. That's staying canon.
Does he know your
Yeah, he does.
real name?
He does. He's
Oh,
sorry.
There's only 2 people here who know my real name,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
Montolio and Mr. Sue.
Yeah, I just read the first one instead of the.
No, I appreciate it.
You
I
said-
think this is perfect.
But you said Roman's weapons, so now I
did.
know his real name.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
I haven't let it
If
slip
you want to
yet.
let it play like that.
No,
yeah,
I'm
it's
totally
my
cool with
bad.
that.
Okay.
I was
It's like
expecting
the
that to happen.
secret that more than 2 people know. It's not a secret, it's information, isn't that?
Yeah.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones,
great
yeah.
Game of... The later season of Game of Thrones, I don't know, but
Still
that
a
is a
good
good
line.
line. Still a good line, yeah.
But I would say,
If they had 3 more
She
seasons, they
doesn't
could have
point
made
out
a
that you
good,
said Roman
good
instead.
show at all.
She would never do that. She would just make a note.
All right, so, Mr. Sue, let's do you want to do the investigative place of power to see what you can find?
okay. And this is
Power.
okay. -1.
Unlimited power.
That's a 4.
I can't even help if I
No.
wanted to.
Yeah, just
Okay.
Off of my own.
You might be.
Unfortunately-
they might notice you.
This is where things start going wrong. Yeah.
Yes.
Not only the they who notice you is the robot orchestra. So it starts turning on all these robots. They're all in like evening dress, look kind of like mannequins. Some of them got like kind of glowing light bulb eyes type things. They all start like standing up and turning on and like staring at you as you're walking across.
Are they supposed to be doing that?
You guys aren't there just
Oh.
yet.
Yeah, sorry. This is why I was like,
Oh,
there's
gotcha.
stuff that would have happened before you guys got to the orchestra room.
Yeah, it's just like a few seconds. Well, let's see what. So meanwhile, before Mr. Sue is about to be mauled by an orchestra, what is the Vermin Rose doing?
She was trying to get a hiding spot from
Okay.
which she can snipe.
Let's have you roll. Maybe investigate a place of power 2 would work for that.
Draft.
Unless you have another idea. For like, you know, cash the. Or what's that? Case the joint. I don't know.
There's no
there's no case the joint
There's no
one roll.
case
What?
the joint here.
What?
But she's not really trying to investigate a place of power.
Yeah. Maybe
She's-
let it out.
It could be an escape the situation, technically,
That's
or
fair.
let it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
either
or like
way.
or maybe mislead, distract you, trying to create an
Oh
opportunity.
yeah, mislead, distract. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that easily could be a mind thing. I could see that following.
Right.
Because yeah, one of the options is you expose a weakness or flaw.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so
we'll
give
do
it
that.
a roll.
No, I'm apparently caught off guard by the orchestra too.
Yes. Well, actually, I'm going to say you wander into the central chamber,
Okay.
which is where, just like a moment before these guys come in, and this is where the actual golem is.
Okay.
So, Dizzy Izzy comes in, as he's describing it, he's like, all right, so, as I understand this fakakta business you got down there with your unions and whatever, I keep on sending down the golems, they keep on getting destroyed. I'm running out of names. Iron's gone, pewter gone, so now I want to introduce you to the latest and greatest, Mr. Steel, and he opens the door. And this is, in Vermin Rose, you've come in here before, and when you came in, there was, like, right in the center, standing statue still, another one of those Mr. Irons, Mr. Pewter, but this one is Mr. Steel. He is another one of these big, bulky, hulking figures. They got him dressed in the trench coat and so on, but he is not quite turned on. He's just, like, totally still. He hasn't been activated, given his loyalties just yet.
Okay.
However, you are there just as this group comes in. It's easy as a quick double take.
I shoot him.
Realizes what's okay. Hold on, I want you to pay for the bad roll earlier. You can still shoot him. Let's have. Oh, here. I'll tell you what. Let's do a keep your cool because he's gonna make Mr. Steel give you a smack. But if you do the
Sure.
if you pass the keep your cool, maybe like you.
Well, she's certainly
don't
gonna
do too good.
try to kick.
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm thinking here. So let's do a keep your cool.
Yeah.
See how it happens.
Oh, I dropped one of those already. Oh, she helicopter.
Oh yeah.
Alright, okay.
That's a 10.
Okay, so
Nope, wait, 11.
the golem swats you. How do you avoid it?
She just nimbly ducks under its arm.
All
Kind
right.
of like goes down onto one knee and just takes a shot at Izzy because she's a horrible person.
Give me the unleash an attack.
Okay. Rolling with blood. Thanks for the gun. That's an 11.
It's 4 harm, by the way.
Cool. So it's 5 harm.
Is this the rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's also cold iron if that helps.
Okay, he is a human. I mean, he's a powerful man. He's a powerful wizard. But
High-powered rifle.
How I just shot him.
are you going for terrible harm?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm inflicting terrible harm.
All right. I don't know if he's outright dead, but he's like severely wounded.
5 harm?
That ought to hurt.
Yeah, that would.
That would kill any of us.
That would kill us. It put us in a critical.
He's probably got like the equivalent of mage armor going on, but it still takes.
By the way, when I come directly at a target without concern for my own well-being, I get either +1 or +2 armor, depending on whether or not it's in the service of one of my instincts. I gotta double check my instincts.
Right. Okay.
My instincts are to serve the powerful, to protect the valuable, to hunt the disloyal, and to entertain the masses. I don't feel like any of that really falls under there.
Yeah.
So I got caught flat-footed, and my reaction is shoot things.
That works. We'll go around this way, see what people are doing, as the situation is now about to get very bad. Remember, your main goal here, I mean, bracing Claggett or capturing him or something is there, but the main goal, while you were sent to New York in the first place, was to get Tad Howler and bring him home alive to Ma.
Yeah, but this guy's not Tad Howler.
That's true. I'm just saying, I'm just reminding you of the objective.
Remind me to not shoot Tad Howler.
Yeah, that would be not the objective.
Yeah.
So, Egontre, as this is going on, people are starting to realize it's a setup. Rothstein, his goons pull guns, aiming at Claggett, Howler, and you. And Rothstein's like, "What the hell is this?" Claggett's like, "Don't look at me!" Losing his British accent in the terror of the moment. It was this fellow. He just insinuated his way into my good graces a moment before things went disastrous. I blame him.
Really, Clancy?
Rothstein's goons are about to unload on you. What do you do?
Alright, so I'm going to use fairy magic this time.
Oh.
So, mark corruption, owe my monarch a debt, or suffer harm. What to do in this situation?
Oh, you should owe me a debt.
Yeah, sure.
You there.
Oh, you there, more debts?
You really owe it to all of nature.
To be
Including the rats inside Vermin Rose.
Yeah. I'll owe him you there a debt.
She's more of a plant kind of lady.
That's true.
To use Bedlam on Mr. Rothstein, I think. Rothstein. Touch
Real
a
person.
target to place him in a specific emotional state, rage. I'm also going to mark corruption to have that rage directed at Clancy.
Oh my gosh!
All right, Rothstein changes his mind.
No, it's that guy. He's the one who invited me, so really, it's all his fault. Shoot him.
He's like, "You heard him, you vampire bastard."
Bye, Clancy.
And with that, Rothstein's goons open fire on Clancy. This poor vampire is now like shot with a bunch of automatic pistols at close range. He is running away, getting some bullets into him as he dashes into the next room trying to escape. Howler is also freaking out and probably trying to seek cover. Vermin Rose, what are you doing? You have a golem that is now... Dizzy Izzy is like nearing the end on the ground there. The golem, you could tell like he was using some of his magic right there to animate it, but it wasn't like the golem didn't kind of do it by itself. It was more like, it was definitely puppet on a string kind of thing.
Yeah, then she's just gonna... how many... Is this a repeating rifle, or do I have to reload?
It's a Lee Enfield, so it has 5 shots, I think.
Oh, then she just shoots him again.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I always tell my boys, put one in the head.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We got a Johnny Casper moment. Okay.
Oh my god!
Well,
That's 12.
The murder rage continues with your characters.
Oh, all right, man. I like Izzy. I want this guy to.
I'm sorry, you probably spent a long time writing this guy up.
I mean, I don't know.
And
His
then she's
faction.
like, oh,
is-
he's the one making all the golems, he's gonna die.
yeah, I mean,
Once one through the chest, another through the face.
his faction will be the power faction in the Berlin game next arc. But I don't think he'll be there.
Not anymore.
I don't know. No, I might have some like his son or something.
It's protege.
Yeah, his apprentice.
Izzy.
I know. My poor Izzy. It's a very.
Maybe his spirit was put into one of his golems.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe this one.
interesting. Well, this column must look kind of a blank slate.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Izzy,
that's
as far as you,
Enterprise.
yeah, as far as you know, is no more. He is just executed by this.
Yeah, and then she does the room thing where she sees Clegg and goes, "Oh, hi Clancy."
He just like takes a single look over his shoulder as he's running away and doubles his pace, just trying to get as much space as you can. Mr. Sue, I want you to roll a keep your cool as you are about to be mobbed by an orchestra.
First time that's happened to anybody.
Badly roll for.
I know you're about to get celloed.
I am about to
you're about to get-
get Charlotte. I have 7 on that.
Oh no,
I mean,
Well,
7?
that's fine.
It's not so
Yeah,
bad.
it's not bad, yeah.
Yeah, let's make it faint harm. You get clobbered by a cello, but it's not as bad as it could be. So one level of faint harm. What do you think?
Bludgeoned by a cello.
Like bruised.
Yeah, that just sounds like a serious smack. Yeah.
Right. So you go flying across the orchestra pit there, but you land okay. So you took some damage, but you're still around. What do you do now?
So, how I had a bad time finding things. I don't know what I'm gonna find anymore.
a lot of TNT. I think it'll blow up this entire building.
That's what I'm kind of worried about. So,
You get hit with the cello and you explode. Everybody's a ghost.
rolled a 5 or like a 3, I would think that.
Everybody's a ghost after this game.
we're trying
How'd
to
you
get.
die? Well, I died in a TNT explosion.
Supposed to get Tad out of here, right? That's the goal.
I'm taking care of Tad. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I didn't toss you your gun because I thought that might be awkward right now.
It would be a little awkward.
Be a little.
So I guess the other goal
Give me
is
some
to
plausible
level this
deniability.
place then. All right. I just got hit pretty hard. I'm in a corner, so I'm going to do my best to shield myself for the next one. I'm going to light this thing, I guess, if I can.
Light? You mean like set it on fire? Is that the?
Well,
I think it means the TNT.
ooh, wait a minute. I know what I need to find.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find metal wiring of some kind.
Ah,
That's what I
okay.
need to find.
All right.
The broken cello.
There's probably a lot.
Yeah, probably not too difficult. What's the
I don't know if
overall?
there's like a long fuse in this or a short one. I'm not gonna get like
Yeah.
10 seconds or something. So
Right. So the overall goal is to make a long fuse for the dynamite. Is that what we're?
yeah, because if I can get metal wiring into it, we can use electricity. These things are like animated all over the place, right?
Yeah.
They have like all these robots.
Yeah. Maybe this is like a let it out to like make this whole because that's what you're like kind of crafting something.
Yeah, I kind of want to just like jam a wire into the bundle and then like jam another wire into one of these robots or something like that, so I can like spark it somehow on the way out.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Maybe like a let it out would do that.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
There's the
Dude.
famous 3. There's the famous 3.
Okay.
It was hanging on for a little bit there. It was a 3 in the 1, but we finally got to the 2.
Good news.
It's not Mr. Sue's freaking day.
It
Yeah.
really isn't.
Only channeling up.
Honestly, it wasn't the Roman Rose's best hour until it comes to killing things. It's just like a
Yeah.
monster.
The luck turns for
Like,
her.
I hadn't rolled over a 10 this whole game. All of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, so I'm just murdering this guy. 10. Like, okay, kill dice.
All right. So
My
I'll say,
rifle.
unfortunately, you managed. So in your kicking, you managed to upset one of the robots. Some sparks fall down from your kicks, landing onto a long Thankfully, not a short fuse of dynamite, one with a longer fuse. However, the fuse starts burning down right now, and it rolls out of your reach. So there's now some,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm trying to get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my next thing is to run and then shout as soon as I get in anywhere near.
What is Berryessa doing? You don't know that the whole place is about to blow up.
I don't. I'm gonna see that this is kind of going in a bad direction, so I'm gonna run over to Tad and say, Tad, we're getting the fuck out of here, and I'm gonna grab him and I'm gonna say, this way, let's go. I'm gonna try to get us out of here with my moves. It's gonna work no matter
It
what.
is a
It's
hunter
just-
move.
It is. It's gonna work no matter what. It's just whether I actually get out too. No, not nice. That puts me at an 8.
Oh, really?
So I'm the
What's your
person getting hurt in the situation, but he's getting out.
Okay.
Somehow, some way, I'm getting hurt by during my escape.
Did you get out?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm also getting out with this one. I get hurt on the way out.
Get hurt.
Okay, so I'll say this. You leave the central chamber, you race through the Great War reenactment, and now the robots are in murder mode.
Great.
So, you get out, but a whole bunch of robotic doughboys and Germans piling after you. You shove him out the door, you make it out, and get some bayonets driven into your back as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How many is that going to be?
Give me a keep your cool, let's see.
Knowing my luck, it's not going to go well.
Nice.
There we go. Okay. I also took cold blood, so whenever I keep my cool, I roll with blood. So it's a 12.
Nice.
I took the vampire move with my level up.
Only one level of faint harm.
Excellent.
You get some slight cuts on the back, but you're okay.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, so this chaos, however, Howler, you kick him out. He doesn't want it. He's like, I'm never going back to Mom. And he's I'm staying here now. And he starts crawling his way. Rothstein and his goons have fled as well. They are all running towards the limo to make his escape, leaving you behind.
Yeah.
So he's now trying to get to the car. The ghost of Thomas Stratton. What are you doing?
That's a very good question. Oh, I would like to use Won't Be Ignored to distract Tad from getting to the limo.
Oh, cool idea.
That's fair.
And so I'm rolling with Spirit.
Oh my god!
It's that snake
It
eyes.
is not our night.
It's a 3.
So 4.
So no.
Yeah.
Okay.
My one opportunity.
You one move this game as a ghost.
Yep.
I'm going to appear. Stay there. What the fuck?
No, I'm going to say this.
If it worked, I had something in mind.
Are just about, you manifest in front of him. However, before you can really get in his face, you are tackled by another ghost.
Oh, jeez.
A recently made ghost.
Oh, no.
Dizzy Izzy, who is now like, I'm a Dybbuk now!
Jeez!
Yeah. Dybbuk, of course, being the bad Jewish ghost that possess people and make them do bad stuff. So,
Well, sure.
yeah.
I need my submachine gun because it's blessed.
Well, I'm sorry, I've called
I
it.
know.
In fact, I want you to roll a keep your cool as this Dybbuk.
I had
he's-
nothing to do with you.
You were with them. You think I didn't see that?
What? You were alive. How didn't you see me?
I'm a magical rabbi. How'd you roll for the keep your cool?
Technically speaking, even if they're magical, they can't see me. They can just sense me.
Well, I sensed you then, huh?
All right. What is it with?
Spirit.
He's like, look,
Oh.
I can't ignore you.
7.
Faint harm. So you get some slashed essence as his Dybbuk claws tear into you. Egantre, you are now alone with a sort of alive golem in a room that you don't know is about to blow up, and you hear rampaging robots on both sides of you. Also, the one you're supposed to bring home to Ma Howler just booked it out the door.
So I'm nowhere near Ted and Roma.
I mean, you got to go through the World War I kind of battlefield to get to them. So you could. I mean, it's full of attacking robots, though. But so you could do it.
Because
but
I do have a plan for Ted.
All right.
Just need to reach him.
Okay.
So since nobody's here, I'm just gonna, zip on by this little thing. Do as I do, coward.
You coward.
Let's see how that goes.
Teleportation.
I do have teleportation. But this is,
But he's using his coward move.
but this is better.
Let him coward.
I rolled a 10.
He's really good at being a coward.
Yeah.
It's like his number one specialty.
Besides, I need to do something real quick.
Alright.
Nick, need to mark corruption again. Because I'm going to use, in the bag, mark corruption after successfully escaping a situation to reveal that you pilfered an arcane object from the previous scene. So, what here is worth stealing?
The golem.
Yes.
Take the entire goal.
I mean, the golem hasn't bonded to anybody yet.
true.
Bond to him.
You don't necessarily put it in your bag. I mean, just like grab its hand and it follows you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, big guy, want to serve me? Huh? Yeah.
You might need to do a little bit of actual magical work on it to make it happen, but
But right now, let's just get out of here.
yeah, I mean, right now it's
Doesn't
like
matter,
it'll just
let's
obey
get at it.
anybody, really. Yeah, bonding might take some more, like maybe another roll of some kind. But yeah, it follows you.
No problem.
So you and that golem go make it right outside,
Excellent.
and you like successfully weave through the attacking robots in the World War I diorama. What is the Vermin Rose doing?
Well, the Vermin Rose is under orders from two powerful people to do something besides what she's going to do. Now, she has the instinct to serve the powerful. She's ignoring that. That means I get to mark her redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, she barely ever does this because she barely ever ignores her program. She's doing it in order to do something that she wants to pursue, which is to say, Clancy Claggett. So, yes, this could have been the opportunity to break away from everything and do what she was told, but she's like, no, I want to find this guy. So that's what she's doing. She is tracking him.
He is full of holes.
He's also currently got a bug on him.
Right. Okay.
Hunter's Mark. Yeah,
Why don't you
D&D
roll?
this.
Yeah. Maybe hit the streets to track him. Unless there a special move you have to contract.
Well,
him?
I mean, it could be the let it out because I would be extending my senses supernatural or otherwise.
Yeah,
to
that's cool.
reestablish contact with the roach.
Yeah, got it. So let's let it out to track him. Where will he go?
Well, luckily that's a 7.
Hey.
My spirit's good.
Yeah. Not bad.
I am gonna have to take a harm, but it does mean that I've effectively extended my senses supernatural or otherwise.
Okay.
But it's beginning to take a toll on all the little critters inside of me. Like,
All right.
she's walking and shutting bugs at the same time.
He
So
wounded.
slides out of the mouth and just kind of.
He's trying to turn into a bat, but it's not quite working. He's kind of like half bat at this point, just got the shriveled wings coming out.
Yeah.
He makes it to a roller coaster, which he like turns on, and just hastes it away from you. Jumps into the cart, and it starts like rolling along, going up the track.
Are we gonna have one of these things where I get into the further back cart and then I gradually make my way up to him?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
By the way, I want to say she's put 3 beer bottles on her fingers and is going, Claggett. come
Oh
out
no,
and
the
play."
Warriors! Come and play! So you hop into the cart and it zooms off, rolling along.
So many references.
It's fitting.
I
Very-
mean, the Warriors takes place at.
I know, yeah.
That
Yeah, the whole
scene
thing is they gotta get back to
specifically
Coney
is in
Island.
Coney
Coney
Island, so. She
What?
didn't really do the thing with the beer balls, but I had to make the reference.
What is Mr. Sue doing?
Running.
I think an escape is going to be needed.
That's-
Running towards the opposite direction of the explosives, and if I see something that might might attack me, I'm going to use a hold to go invisible for a moment to get by it.
Ooh, all right.
And if I have to, I'll spend more holds to shield. I already have one up. So
Let's roll an escape and see how many you need to, because you are to go through the battlefield.
dang it,
What happened?
6
Okay.
-1 on
Oh,
blood.
because you have mine.
Yeah.
Is there a way I could help him?
I
Maybe
I don't know if I
my
you,
golem
but-
linebacker made a
don't
path
know. You
forward.
guys are kind of going through the battlefield area at the same time. So yes, you can roll an assist.
Yeah, maybe run the linebacker for you. And
You got 9.
your faction, right?
He's power,
Power.
Well, that's what a wizard is, but I'm officially with Night.
Oh, you
With
changed
night.
it tonight. Cool.
Ooh, so that's bad.
Yeah, you're -3 on night.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
How could
So-
you not like the Howlers?
So that's good. I get to mark night. Thank you for that. But no, you're on your own, buddy.
As always,
Sorry.
country, as always.
Yeah, I would love to be able to help you, but
Yeah.
we've already established that I am on a roller coaster now.
Oh no, yeah, you are.
So,
An emotional roller coaster.
I'm trying.
okay, so you did the invisible and the armor and armor. Is that what you were?
I was gonna say if something seems like it's gonna get me, because you said I have to probably run through a field of these automatons, animatons doing like make believe battle, right? But
Yeah.
on kill mode now. So that's what I was gonna say. Like I either go invisible or shield to run through that, but I don't even know if I get away now. 'Cause that's a
No.
6.
Okay, I will say with invisible and shielding, you make it through without taking more damage.
Okay.
So you make it out, and you are now outside. Berryessa.
Tad, do not be a fool.
By the way, I was
I ain't no fool.
shouting the whole time.
This is what happens when you play out of your league. You're not ready for this just yet. You hire me to keep your head straight, to keep you safe. And this is not keeping you safe. Go home, recuperate, recover, and replan. That's how you make it in this business. You don't just go 100% every single day because that's how you end up dead in a gutter or have some cement boots in the bottom of the sea.
I think he's gonna need to persuade. 6,
It's a 7.
7.
What is persuade is with mind?
It's heart.
Heart.
Heart. Yeah, I have 0 heart, so
Hey, that's still 7.
yeah.
That means
Okay.
he gets to negotiate, but
Might not go your way.
that's why I took hideous message, because my heart is negative.
Yeah, you scare people and do what you want, which is cool.
I can't. I don't have that luxury, unfortunately.
Really, you can't just turn into a mound of disgusting.
I mean, if I took that as one of my other class ones, I probably could have.
Okay.
This visage as a hunter.
So it just shows people the dark secrets of your soul.
He says, all right, now look here. I'm the one hired you. Means you do what I say. Now, I might listen to you, but I just got to make sure that you swear to me that you're loyal to Tad Howler,
I am
not
loyal
Ma.
to Tad Howler, not Ma Howler.
Okay, so he's going to demand a debt. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
That's fine.
All right. Okay. So Berryessa owes Tad Howler. All right, he will follow you. He's like, all right, I'll go back to Ma.
I usher him towards the Werenash.
He starts going there. You also might notice there's like some ghostly combat going on in the sky above you.
I look at my knife, I look at my trunk, it's empty, I'm just like, I can't help!
Notice that?
So, our
I don't
Dybbuk
know.
is attacking you. What is our ghost doing to get out of here?
Ghost combat.
Yeah.
Ghost on ghost violence is such a serious problem, but the media never covers it.
Because I just realized that Thomas would have put 2 and 2 together, and this man, or now ghost, is the reason why he's dead. Because he was the one who made Mr. Irons.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't give
Mr.
the
Irons.
order. He just made, but
He
yeah.
just- yeah. But he is the main one of. If Mr. Irons hadn't been made, then
Look, do we blame cult every time a gun kills somebody?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do.
We totally should. Hey, all the you know what?
Cut to Vermin Rose.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Guns don't kill.
Well, no, I mean, like, she got killed by the Axeman, but that was Clancy who made the Axeman. We've already
Exactly.
established that's who her vendetta is
We have, in
against.
fact, established
It's not the tool that's the creator.
Yeah. In fact, I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm just like saying.
No, and it's, it's the argument that people make.
Yeah, a bad argument. Like,
no.
argument that arms manufacturers make.
Or the
So yeah.
Don't blame the guns, blame the users.
For those of you watching in the Midwest, the best argument.
Okay. So what's
So-
going on?
I just don't want to alienate anybody, okay?
All right. Yeah. I mean,
Literally everything I say alienates someone.
Look, Generation Shadow, we get political every so often. It's gonna happen.
Storm Area 51.
So, it's a toss up between getting a few licks in, or just getting out of here. Yeah.
Fight that good. You can do it. I believe in you, Ghost.
So we're like up close and personal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Your essences are like mixing.
Okay.
Oh.
Kinky.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
All right.
No, this is good. This is the 5th verse to your ballad. Now you fight a dick.
Then he fought himself a Dybbuk
With his trusty pickaxe.
With his trusty pickaxe in hand.
Right through the side of the head.
Uh-huh. It was either that or the hunting knife, but the pickaxe does more damage.
Oh. Okay.
So, this...
You're going for the jugular, man.
Now we do. Pretty
Nice.
good.
9.
So, are you going to
Let's see.
terrible harm or take something from him? You could take his corporealness. You could.
Well,
It's like unpack as a ghost. We killed the ghost.
You double
I'm trying to
killed
be. I'm trying to be nice and make it so that he can't come back. So I'm not. I don't think I'll do terrible harm. I think I'll take away sort of his ability to sort of
To manifest?
and continue to work. Yeah.
Alright, that makes sense. So, from the lower list, you going to take some harm? Or put yourself in a bad spot?
Yeah, I think I'll put myself in a bad spot.
Okay. The bad spot is you get sucked into the tailpipe of the Were-Nash as it speeds away.
I haven't left yet. I was waiting for the others.
Oh, well, the Were-Nash inhales you.
Oh, buddy.
You go into the exhaust pipe, so you're kind of trapped in there. I might
Oh,
do a...
buddy.
I also have a
It
spectrum.
is now a ghost
Oh,
werewolf.
okay.
I have wall with wall, which means that I can escape the
Oh,
situation.
yeah. Well, I mean, there might be a bad result in it, but we'll see what happens there. But
It's
it's
a
over
war of
there.
the Nash.
It will take you a while to at least get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, meanwhile, Egontre, you got the target. What's happening now? Piling back into the car?
I can't take the golem with me, can I?
No, I'm not going to fit in the car.
Dang it.
They can fit in the car.
No, how big is this thing?
It's man-sized. It can go on the run. Yeah, it can go on the runners. It'll be okay.
You can
Sweet.
sit on the runners.
Yeah.
So,
It can ride up on the hood like in Death Proof. Spoilers?
Yeah.
do we have,
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
do we have the target?
Yeah,
we
Howler's
do.
back in
We
the
have Howler.
You didn't make any, like, deals with him, did you? To get him with us?
Of course I did.
Huh. Do you want that deal to go away?
Guys, I'm right here.
We'll have this discussion at a later time. Right now is not the moment.
It's alright. I got you.
Okay? Sure.
So we'll go up to Ted and use memory wipe on him. To make him totally forget the past hour, and I'm going to spend corruption to put alternate memories in there. I saved his life, heroically put myself in front of him to get shot. He owes me a debt now, and I used that debt to make him go with us. Bam, your debt with him is gone.
Brilliant. All right. Yeah, Howler's like, you saved my life, Mr. Egontre.
And we gotta
I
get out of
just
here.
stared daggers at Montoya, just like, really?
How is the Vermin Roast the second most terrible person?
Really? Can I get my rifle back, please?
I'm not there.
I know.
There's one more thing the Vermin Rose has to do. Or could do. Let's do the roller coaster, and then we'll kind of start drawing this to a close.
You son of a gun.
Hey, I got you out of debt with the guy. We got the guy. Our job is done. I don't see what you're complaining about.
Vermin Rose, you're on this roller coaster,
Yeah, we're
zooming
on this
down.
steeple
That's
chase.
though.
You're clawing your way up to him. What do you do?
Yeah, with my shing 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 claws.
Yeah. So what happens now?
Why are you running? Where are you gonna go?
He thinks for a while. He's like, usually an opportunity presents itself.
And that's, I guess, when she's gonna pounce on him. Knocking us both out of the damn thing. Towards the ground at the highest point.
Give me a unleash an attack.
Woo woo! That was awful.
Oh my god!
That was actually.
He actually
wow.
manages to escape because she pounces, totally misses, falls to the ground.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking like he finishes his bat transformation in the
Ah.
air. That lets him slip away. You still like cut him up a good bit,
Yeah.
but he flies away and escapes. You smash onto the ground right in front of the Nash that's pulling out.
Okay.
Let's have
You
you
okay
roll.
there, Vermin?
I am doing the erase the Shem move. She's not going to take any harm from this. On the other
Nice.
hand, she's out of commission for the rest of the game.
We only have a few more minutes. So
I grab my rifle, I grab my submachine gun, put it in the car, pop the trunk. Can someone help me with this, please?
Yeah, she's.
You got Gollum in the front, monster.
Actually, can you get the
zombie
gold
in
to
the
do
back.
this?
maybe.
I like to imagine that she
wasn't.
she fell straight in front of it.
Silently
Just
stares at
flattens
you.
like a pancake.
Could you help with that
But
whole
you have the gun.
situation?
Yeah,
Silently opens up the trunk there.
No, I want to open the trunk. I'm putting the body in the back.
Yeah,
Sort of like
just
the
put her in the back of the trunk.
Yeah. Tosses her in there, and then
And so mostly crams her in.
as you guys pull
Everyone,
away,
bodies,
the House of Mechanical Miracles, the dynamite goes off. Boom goes the dynamite, and all blows up behind you.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I gotta say, this is the
How
most
about-
explosive thing we've done in generation.
How about we try to see just how about this way?
I do appreciate that he's like, I always find a way, and then I instantly roll the worst one. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's a survivor. Yeah, he's got the devil's luck.
So we have always in the car now.
So I somehow make my way out of there and just like, oof, that car has some weird innards.
That's
It's
where
part
you're
of
at?
werewolf now. How long were you in there for?
A few minutes. Long enough.
It's been like a day.
Oh wow.
No, that was like on the drive
I
out.
know, I know, I'm joking.
And we'll cut ahead to the final bits. You bring Ma back.
Bring Tad back.
Yeah, you bring Tad back to Ma. She has him a quick interrogation, figures out what happens, thanks you for saving her son's life, and then she's like, what you've done, turning against the family like that, setting field against us, putting us into this war that I don't think we can win, you're going to have to pay for that. You transform right now. You show me your true face. Runt. And he turns into the wolf. She grabs his tail, and then she takes out like a silver carving knife.
Gosh.
Oh.
And she's like, Tad, I love you with all my heart. This is for your own good. And she hacks his tail off.
Oh,
Yeah, and with that, Ma disciplining her sons, we'll call this episode to a close. Next time, the war is about to heat up as we discover that you'll never leave Colton alive, like the song says. So, let's go ahead and take care of those closing moves. Yeah.
Well, actually, she would have
Yeah.
reformed somewhere around New Jersey.
You just got locked, crammed in the back of my car.
I mean, she just stays in there.
Yeah.
You know, like you open up the trunk and
The mink and like all the rats kind of knit it back together. So let's start with Stratton.
alright.
So, did a faction you up, a faction go down, and then do you think you owe debts to anybody?
I think, yeah, power's gone down. Just way too many people in power have been
Yeah, doing some not so
associated
great
with
stuff.
A, his death, and B, just more harm to his family and the people around him.
Think anybody owes you a debt, or you owe anybody a debt?
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to. The other thing was, I'm trying to think if there was anyone who went up in terms of factions. I don't. Again, I don't think so. So I think just power went down, and no debts. So.
All right. How about Berryessa?
I don't think any of my factions really changed at this particular moment. I still got to worry about my job that I've been given by Director Hoover.
Yeah, taking on the Union now.
But yeah, I mean, like, I was under the pretense that I was, Tad's bodyguard, and who knows who I really am, and I don't think that really would have affected anything at a particular junction. Maybe power dropped down, but even then, I didn't speak to any of them, really, so.
Think you owe a debt to anybody for?
I don't think I owe anybody a debt, but I do think Mr. Sue owes me a debt for that bundle of TNT.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. But,
Oh.
Ah, okay.
Either way, I definitely think that just like I gave you exactly what you needed, and
Yeah.
that solved their problem
Yeah.
in the most glorious.
I mean,
spectacular
did it?
way. It solved a problem.
But the
We got rid of the golems. That's the main job at the moment.
That's true. How about Mr. Sue?
I would probably, just because the situation again, I guess night up, power down, and then I was gonna say, because I not only used his dynamite, all of it, I spoke his name.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's true.
Yeah,
I already owed him a debt for that.
I know.
So I
reveal
owe
the
at least
identity
one
there.
more for letting that slip. So it's like 3 right now.
What
Then-
faction are you with? You're mortality.
I'm mortality.
Yeah. Kind of a waste of my opening move.
How? Let's see, Mr. Sue. Anything else? Or? I mean, I know you and the Vermin Rose are working together. There was some hanging out with our ghostly friend during that meeting, Miss Assault.
Well, I mean,
oh, actually, now that I think about it, I think I might actually owe Mr. Sue for getting that ghosty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can mark that down. Yeah, I mean, that as Captain Diego would tell you, that ghost tea is a big deal.
It is.
It is
Especially
the
for a
first
ghost.
thing you can actually taste in a long while.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to blank on anything else that.
Okay,
I
you can always
don't
let us
think
know
that I
if
owe
we.
you
All
anything, and I don't think you owe me anything for that session.
right.
I know we're hanging out a lot, but I cannot see.
How about Vermin Rose?
Maybe Wild would go up for that then. That'd be a good reason why.
Oh,
But,
okay.
I
Yeah.
guess.
So you were.
Yeah, because you were working together with a wild
Yeah.
agent.
That would make sense.
All right, that's cool.
Power's going down again because she's been on a murder everybody in power kick, so so that's down to -2 now. Night will go up again, so Night's up to 2. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna have mortality go up.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
There's some like using immortal firearms.
Yeah, you know
Immortal's
what?
firearms.
It
too.
should just be
Yeah.
Night too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't think she owes anybody. I mean, I know she stole your gun, but
No, I left it there for you guys.
I
to
don't
use.
feel like that's really a thing that would be a debt, because she would just
No.
have killed him another way if the gun was easier.
the gun was there.
Yeah, and you got the gun back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how about Gauntray?
Was Rothstein was Rothstein empowered or
I'm
mortality?
gonna guess mortality. He was kind of like he's a sort of broker in
Stole his
between.
goods.
Gotcha. Then I'm going to lower power by 1 and raise mortality to 3, since Clancy just tried to kill me and everything.
Ah.
And as for debts, I think Ma Howard owes me a debt for saving the life of her boy.
Oh, who could forget your great heroism? You. I know that like
For all I know, that happened.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. I
know.
am so. Roman is livid. Patrick is laughing.
that changing memories and like messing with memories is such a. Well, it's very useful to a Gauntray also.
And it erases the debt he had on Roland, yeah.
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 By the way, I think that my character might be like Kenny in South Park, because she has literally died every single day.
Yeah, she really? Did she
Oh
die in the
no,
second
they
episode?
killed Rose Vermin. You
Did
bastards.
she? I feel like she did.
No.
She might not have died.
No, I don't
in the
think she
second
died in the second one. She was at the end. She's there at the end.
Yeah.
But Kenny doesn't die every episode.
That's true.
That's true.
Not
She
anymore,
always
at least.
comes back.
The first episode, she definitely died.
Yeah.
Twice. So
So it adds up.
it adds up.
Well,
It averages out to 1 per.
I'm sure Rose Vermin's going to have a lot more dying to do in our next episode, which will be this very place next week, episode 4. You'll never leave Colton alive when this war is about to heat up.
Episode
Of war heat.
4.
Yeah, should be a good time, and we'll see you then.
We will. So thanks everyone for hanging out, watching, and catch us on VOD and all that good stuff. So thanks everyone for playing tonight. This was entertaining for me just as much as it is for you guys.
Always.
I know that's
So
so
fun.
strange, but it really is on the back end here. So we will see you next week. We're going to just run all through these and get some amazing stuff out there. So until then, make sure, pull up a chair
And
make time to tabletop. All right, we will see you next time, people.
Everybody. See you later.
So good with that.